Walt Elias Disney was born December 5, 1901 in Chicago, Illinois. His mother was Flora Disney and his father was Elias Disney, which is how Walt got his middle name.
Disney was one of 5 children. He had 3 brothers and 1 sister. When Walt was older, he worked a summer job with the railroad selling snacks and newspapers to travelers.
Walt went to McKinley High School in Chicago. He took drawing and photography classes, and at night he took courses at the Chicago Art Institute. When he was 16, he dropped out of school to join the army, but was rejected for being underage. Then he joined the Red Cross and was sent to France for a year to drive an ambulance.
In 1919, Walt moved back to Kansas City to begin his artistic career. A year later, Disney and Iwerks formed a company. However, soon after, Disney left temporarily to earn money at the Kansas City Film Ad Company. He was soon joined by Iwerks, who was not able to run their business alone.
Disney became so interested in animation and entertainment, he decided to become an animator. In October 1923, Disney and his brother Roy pooled their money and set up a cartoon studio in Hollywood.
Soon after the brothers moved there, they created the Disney Brothers Studio, which was located on Hypern Avenue in the Silver Lake District, where it remained until 1939. In 1925, Disney hired a young woman named Lillian Bounds. After a brief courtship, the pair married that same year on July 25th.
In 1926, producer Charles Mintz ordered a new all-animated series distributed through Universal Pictures and signed Disney Studios to produce it, called Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. In February 1928, Disney went to New York to negotiate a higher salary for producing the Oswald series. He was shocked when Mintz mentioned reducing his salary.
Most of the animators were furious about this, but were under contract to Mintz and couldn't do anything about it. Mintz threatened to start his own studio and produce the series himself. Since Disney refused to accept the deductions, he lost most of his animation staff and the rights to Oswald. Disney felt the need to create a new character to replace Oswald, which was based on a mouse he had adopted a while back. The mouse was originally named Mortimer, but later renamed to Mickey by Lillian Disney, who thought that the name Mortimer did not sound appealing. Mortimer eventually became the name of Mickey's rival for Minnie.
The first animated short to feature Mickey Mouse was called Plain Crazy. Like all of Disney's previous works, it was a silent film. Then, Disney created a Mickey Mouse cartoon with sound called Steamboat Willie. Following in the footsteps of Mickey Mouse, a series of musical shorts titled Silly Symphonies was released in 1929. The first skeleton dance was entirely drawn and animated by Iwerks, who was also responsible for drawing the majority of cartoons released by Disney in 1928 and 1929.
In 1932, Disney received a Special Academy Award for the creation of Mickey Mouse. The series, which switched to color in 1935, soon launched spin-offs for supporting characters such as Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto.
Later, Lillian Disney gave birth to Diane Mary Disney on December 18, 1933. Later, the Disneys adopted Sharon May Disney on December 31, 1936. Following in the creation of 2 cartoon series in 1934, Disney began planning a full-length movie featuring Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Since it was such a success, Walt Disney received 8 Oscars for Snow White.
After the creation of Snow White, the feature animation staff just completed Pinocchio and continued to work on Fantasia and Bambi. They were also in the early production stages of Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, and Wind in the Willows. The short staff carried on working on the Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto cartoon series. After World War II in the late 1940s, the studio had recovered enough to continue production on the full-length features Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan. Then, work began on Cinderella, which became Disney's most successful film since Snow White. Disneyland opened on July 17, 1955 in California.
On June 23, 1963, Disneyland makes its first debut to the public using the first audio animatronic animals. Mary Poppins, directed by Robert Stevenson, hits the theaters on August 29, 1964, and is practically perfect in every way.
In late 1966, Walt's work with Disney World ended because he got lung cancer from smoking.
Sadly, shortly after getting lung cancer, Walt Disney died on December 15, 1966, in Burbank, California.